Hey, Acustica Audio just released the XP5, an emulation of the Prophet-5, and you may ask yourself, why? I mean, it's one of the most emulated synthesizers out there, so why bother? Well, I believe that every developer deserves to make their own version of a classic machine. But of course, because of that, today we're going to review this, and also we're going to compare it with others in the market. So let's start. Send me a license for this, and even they gave me the opportunity to make presets for this new synthesizer, but they have no say on the content of this video. If you want to help me keep things like that, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. So as you can see, it's an emulation, alright, because it has all the parameters that you may find on a Prophet. But they included some stuff that makes it feel more modern, as for instance, these modulators visualizers. Now, of course, the first thing I do when I get a new synthesizer emulation is to make a resonant filter sweep on a very low note. Yeah, it sounds nice actually. The bass is very beefy, very fat, and I like it a lot. Of course, let's make some other sounds to hear how it sounds. I gotta say, it sounds beautiful. It sounds lush, crispy, and it has that analog vibe that's so sweet. Now, of course, one thing is the sound, but the others are the added features. For instance, the H will make each new voice drift a little bit, giving you more vibey kind of sounds. But not only that, one thing that I love about these Acustica synthesizers is the fact that they have this super stereo. I mean, I love a big wide synthesizer sound, and many analog emulations don't offer that. So it's nice to have it here. Now where this and the other Maria synthesizers shine is on the deceivingly simple effects. I mean, it has distortion, a 3-band EQ, chorus, delay, and reverb, but if you go to the selector of each of the effects, you will see that they are actually emulating a lot of other different analog gear. I mean, just by the names, you can see that on the delays, for instance, we have a version of the Echoplex or the Space Echo. The reverb, on the other hand, has a lot of different types. Some of them are emulations too, and the others are more like real spaces. And on the distortion, you can see that we have Chandler, Mesa Boogie, even the Sinner, and actually they added 2 versions of the OTT, just to have more multi-band dynamics kind of control. I'm going to give away more presets for the XP5 that are not part of the release for my patrons and channel members. So consider joining which platform you like the best. So you can see that I'm liking a lot the XP5, but how does it compare with the other emulations that you can find in the market? So first of all, we have the Arturia Prophet-5, it sounds very nice, but where the Arturia instruments shine is on the advanced features. I mean, it offers 3 slots for effects, and not only that, it has advanced modulators, so you can create movement that the original modulators cannot offer. The variety of effects is also very nice, and there are almost every modern effect that you can find in Pigments, for instance. Then we have the P10 by Cherry Audio. Now this is an emulation of the Prophet 10, but in reality the Prophet 10 is actually 2 Prophet-5s. So this has the advantage of working with layers, as you will with something like the Synth by Elka. And not only that, it has a very versatile 4-layer sequencer, which lets you program crazy rhythms and even polyrhythms. It also has extra effects, which is always welcome to create crazier sounds within just one instance of the synth. Now, the other famous one is the Model 80 by Softube. This one is all about accuracy. It doesn't have extra effects, but that's like the philosophy of Softube when they make an analog emulation synthesizer. I personally love when a synthesizer has effects, but you can argue that you can use effects after that. What else do we have? We have the Prophet-5 by U-he. They are an excellent synthesizer developer. So of course this one sounds pretty nice and it has these extra effects at the bottom. Not only that, it lets you go deep with the type of sound customization that you want to make. I mean, you can literally see the circuits, so you start changing more of the parameters, giving you a more analog vibe. And finally we have the Messiah by Memorymoon, which honestly I haven't played too much with it. It sounds pretty nice too, and it has extra parameters like a multi-sequencer and also of course effects. So just by the features they offer, each one is a great option. But of course, all of these are analog emulations, and because of that, well, we have to listen to them. So, as always with these videos, I'm going to make a blind test, so you can decide by yourself which one do you like the best. Before I reveal which one is which, pause the video and write it down in the comments. So this is the reality. Now, which one I personally like the best? Well, it's a hard to answer question because, of course, I own the license for many of these, so they are sitting there in my toolkit. But I gotta be honest and say that I love the bass, especially on the XP5. Now, I love using different synthesizers, so I'm sure it's not going to replace every instance of the Prophet that I have, but I'm going to continue experimenting with it because I liked a lot what Acustica is doing with the sound. I especially love using saturation for synthesizer sounds, and each of the options will give you a different flavor. But what about you? What do you think about the XP5 and the other synthesizers on this list? Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time, bye bye!